Welcome back to Ben Rants. And when I was a kid, insults weren't narrowed down to only 3 words. Well, I've gotten several requests to talk about the subject of today's rant. And you know I'm all about pleasing you fans, despite the fact that the crap I have to put up with makes me constantly want to jump into a pool of broken glass. Today's rant is about a cartoon that has been on since 2005, and it's still being produced and has over 117 whole episodes, while most good cartoons these days are lucky to get a new episode every month. It's none other than Johnny Test, produced by Warner Brothers Animation, then it was produced by Cookie Jar Entertainment, and now it's produced by Media DHX. I guess Ponies is such an epic show to produce that they need to produce a bad show in order to balance each other out. So, this show is considered by many to be a Dexter's Laboratory ripoff. That term gets tossed around a lot. To me, something is only a ripoff if it is the exact same idea as something else. Dexter's Laboratory was about a boy genius who practiced science, and his experiments usually caused problems. However, Johnny Test is about a boy moron whose sisters practice science on him, and that always goes wrong. It's not a ripoff, folks. It's just a slightly similar idea. Anyway, you heard that right, folks. Johnny's sisters, Susan and Mary, used Johnny as a lab rat for their experiments. I think that violates several child abuse laws. That's pretty much the basic premise for this show. Either Johnny asks his sisters to use their science for his benefit, or his sisters use Johnny to test their science for their benefit. Seems like a promising premise that is executed horribly. For one thing, I watched 4 episodes of this show, and it felt like 4 hours. I was so bored that I was trying to stop my left hand from changing the channel. For one thing, the animation. It looks like it's being animated by people with arthritis. The characters barely move, and their movements are so stiff that you think they're elderly World War II veterans. Then, there are the characters. Johnny has got to be one of the most bland main characters of cartoons. He's just a regular kid. There's nothing that stands out about him other than his Super Saiyan haircut. Hey, I think if Vegeta was a hairstylist, he'd rate that hair over 9,000! Heh, heh. Forgive me, folks. This show didn't give me much material to work with. Then, there's Johnny's dog, Dookie, who's incredibly intelligent and can talk. One would wonder how he's not an international celebrity, seeing as how talking dogs aren't normal in the human world, but I guess it's normal in this weird little world this show takes place in. I wish dogs could talk in real life, though. That would be awesome. Hello, dog. Hello. Oh my god, a talking dog! All dogs can talk, Ben. Oh, right. I keep forgetting about that nuclear missile that wiped out everyone except cartoon characters, and animals are now mutated to speak. Yeah, I'm gonna go sniff around now. Then, we have Susan and Mary Test. For intelligent teenage girls, they sure are good at hiding the fact that they're intelligent because they act like normal teenage girls. You know that, ooh, boys kind. I'm really getting tired of negative female stereotypes. You can have straight teenage girls in cartoons, but would it kill you to not make boys their main priority? Boys aren't Mabel's main priority. Her main priority is being silly, and I love it! I would mention the other characters, but I'd be better off giving a lecture about the benefit of iron for the body. Next, there comes the show's idea of humor. It's not other than cliche jokes we've heard before executed horribly. I don't even think the writers for this show are trying. If the show has any writers. Next, for a show about science, it is highly scientifically inaccurate. For one thing, there was an episode where they say that risk-taking is a gene in DNA. No, it's not, you morons! Risk-taking is a choice of the mind if the person wishes to. What? Can a cartoon character study science on his free time? Anyway, how can a show that glorifies science jack it up so badly? What's next? Is DC going to make an animated Batman show about Superman? Finally, this show messes with the minds of children with messed up morals. For one thing, in one episode I watched, it was trying to get across that looks are the only thing that matter. When it comes to love, looks aren't the only thing that matters. It's just the most important thing. Give me a break. And in the episode I saw where mass destruction occurred, the characters weren't punished for it. Way to teach your kids that mindless destruction has no consequences. Don't come crying to me if your kid blows up the Sears Tower. What? It's not called the Sears Tower anymore? Why? Bottom line, this show sucks. It has some creative ideas. Some! But if the ideas are executed poorly, then the creativity about it just flies away and means nothing. Also, this show is a waste of the voice talents of James Earl Taylor, Ashley Ball, though she's no longer involved with this show, thank goodness, Lee Tokar, and Andrew Francis. I feel sorry that they'll have this show on their resume because the characters they voice have the personalities of hefty trash bags. But, to be fair, the show doesn't feel like a bad TV cartoon. It feels like a bad internet cartoon. Yeah, I feel like I should be watching this show on a lesser-known Flash website, but here it is on my TV screen. Think of all the anime DVDs we could make with the money being used for this show. Though, this show isn't being produced with much money, so it'd only be good to dub another season of Sergeant Frog. Nothing more to say, other than I'll have more fun throwing breadcrumbs across my room. I'm Benthelooney, and I'm signing out. I'm gonna go talk to my dog friend Herb.
We come on this loop, John B.